we actually don't see you in the pilot. So
No.
tell me, who is your character? What's he about?
So I played Dr. Scott Clemens. I'm a surgeon. I live in Dallas, not San Antonio.
Okay.
And I am in a relationship with Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't meet me for a few episodes. There's mention of me in the pilot that there's this doctor that she's in a relationship with. Obviously, she and TC still circle each other from having been together for a long time. I come for visits sporadically, and this one particular time where I come to visit, I get sort of pulled into practicing with everybody because this horrible storm breaks out and they need extra hands. And so I wind up jumping in to help. And while I'm there, I find out a lot of things that I wasn't quite aware of. The first thing is that there's something about the night shift and the types of injuries they see and the type of work that they do that is way more appealing to me than I had thought. Okay. And so I had kind of been resisting. I've been being recruited by the administrator, Michael Ragosa, to come work at the hospital and maybe even take over their trauma department because I'm a trauma surgeon in Dallas. I've been resisting, but this, for the first time, I start to really, it's thrilling in a way that I didn't expect. And at the same time, I'm witnessing some energy between Jordan and TC that is concerning.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
And so suddenly the idea of sticking around seems like a really good idea. And so by the end of this first episode where I'm introduced, I've made a decision to stay.
Okay, and that's about what episode?
I think it's episode 4, including the pilot. It'll be the 4th episode to air.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he doesn't just come for professional reasons. He's also coming for personal reasons to kind of protect his fiancée.
That's right. Yeah, he arrives. I've just come to visit. I'm taking a tour with Ragosa just because it's almost more of a courtesy thing, but I'm still working things out. I don't even know. Jordan and I haven't even really figured out whether me living in, whether the two of us living in the same city makes sense right now. But because of the fact that the work being done in this place is way more exciting than I had imagined, and this idea of being a pretty established surgeon in Dallas and coming to San Antonio, does it feel like a sort of a downgrade? But I'm maybe like the 3rd or 4th guy in the totem pole at this big hospital there. Here I'd be running the show and getting my hands on a lot of things that I'd never see there. And again, at the same time, I'm getting a clearer picture of how sort of oddly unfinished the business seems between TC and Jordan.
Yeah, I have to say, finding out she had a fiance was even a surprise because that seems so
primary.
Yeah.
So
how do they get along? How does Scott and TC get along?
Not
at all.
They don't get along. Scott and TC. There's what I love about the storytelling is that there's the professional and the work, and then there's the personal stuff, and they always coexist. But so for TC and Scott, they have trouble on both levels. There's obviously, I'm now with this woman who he still loves and was with for a long time, and that's problematic.
I would think so.
And we're also very different in terms of the way we practice medicine. I'm a much more disciplined, conventional, modern surgeon. I was, he's practiced a lot of medicine on the battlefield.
Right.
And so, by nature, he is a much more, by any means, necessary person, and there are no rules, and you just do whatever it takes. That's understandable given the fact that, in Iraq, you don't have the ability to kind of check a rule book. You just have to save a life in the moment. And while I think I recognize that, we're now at home, and we are in a conventional, modern hospital where we have these procedures and these rules and this equipment, and so why not use them? And so it puts us at odds as doctors, And so we're at odds in terms of our work life, and we're at odds in terms of our personal life. And so we have a lot of reasons not to really like each other. I think underneath it all, there's a sense of, I think we both recognize and respect something about the other, but we're just very different people with very different goals and ways of getting there. And so, now we find ourselves in a situation where we're working together, and there are all these reasons why we have animosity toward each other, and so it'll be an interesting journey to see, how they navigate it.
Absolutely, especially if he's running. You said he's going to be running the show. Does that mean he's above TC?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
yeah.
That's going to be even more interesting.
Yes. So I've been brought in to run the entire trauma department, which includes daytime trauma, night shift trauma, and the whole thing. And and TC by nature isn't somebody who is going to listen to anybody, especially not somebody who who he is so at odds with.
Yeah, Ragusa brings Scott in.
Right.
Were they friends? Was there a connection there? Because I would think that would be even more of a rift, because TC, at least in the pilot, he couldn't stand Ragusa.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely, again, Ragusa is another another sort of force for, these are the rules, these are the regulations, these are how things are done, and so I think that's been a lot of the source of tension between he and TC. I don't think there's that. It's not that there's a huge history between Ragusa and Scott, but I think he recognizes in Scott somebody who has worked at a pretty high level and at pretty reputable hospitals, and most recently in Dallas, and just the opportunity to have somebody come bring a little structure and bring some competency to this place, in a sense. And not that he doesn't sort of trust the people that are already here, but I think they need somebody to run the department, and there's this connection with Jordan, and so I think Ragusa just sees it as, this is kind of a no-brainer.
Right.
You could be closer to her. We could use your skills, and but he winds up inviting a wolf into
no pun intended.
No pun intended.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.